I'm Shadow Ravencroft from Moon Entertainment, and you're watching a YouTube channel. Yo guys, what's up? Shadow Ravencroft here, and today's Scooby count we have with us Project 25, Don't Fool with the Phantom. It is the 8th and final episode of the second season of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And the final episode overall in the series. It debuted on October 31st, 1970. Alright, so before we begin, I thought that I might as well do this as opposed to just doing a voiceover of the parts that I summarized, mainly because I want to try putting this on YouTube. And this is just me wanking the villains, but I found this more interesting than just, doing the tier list and just talking about the villains. So I'm going to do a movie review like this. So, and I got my partner here, Super Bell. And so, without further ado, let's get into it. The episode begins with Johnny Sand's dance game show, which is, I guess, like Dancing with the Stars or something, where you do like a dance routine. And with a duet, because Daphne and Fred are dancing, and then Scooby and Shaggy go on to do their dance routine. And while Velma, Fred, and Daphne are talking to the manager of the radio station, KLMN, to Mr. Stevens, that is when the mysterious wax phantom appears. When the lights come back on, Johnny Sands is missing, and Velma thinks that it's a publicity. So I don't know why that word is so hard to say right now. Because apparently Johnny Sand is famous for that. But they hear a noise and they go to check it out and they find Johnny Sands tied up to a chair. And they still think it's a publicity stunt. That is until he tells them that it is the Wax Phantom. Because they have been receiving threatening letters from him. Which I don't know why Wax Phantom would be sending threatening letters. Like, how would you write if you're made of wax? Did he write it with his finger like that? Because that just, like, I don't understand how that would work. And isn't wax, like, if he's made out of wax, wouldn't he be, like, hardened? So, I just imagine him writing with, like, a pencil. Signed, the Wax Phantom. But I'm just saying, why would a Wax Phantom be sending threatening notes to a radio station?
Yes, the station has been receiving threatening notes signed the Wax Phantom. Several years ago, the TV station had a wax figure maker named Grisby on a show, and then canceled it.
Okay, so this Mr. Grizzly, whose show was canceled, swore revenge and threatened to bring his wax figure to life. So, they think that the wax curse is real, because how can the Wax Phantom mysteriously vanish like that? Because apparently he's 9 feet tall. And they're also missing Mr. Stevens, the radio station manager. And the safe has been robbed. So the question is, why would a Wax Phantom take a hostage? And then Scooby-Doo finds some footprints and they decide to follow them.
Wax footprints!
And look where they go. That's a good trick. The tracks stop at the window, and we're 10 stories up.
Maybe we should call the police. No. The station's in financial trouble already, and this kind of publicity could close it.
With the police out of the question, they decide to investigate themselves. So Fred devises a plan. Fred and Daphne will go to the Wax Museum, while Velma, Scooby, I almost said Scabby, Scooby and Shaggy go to Mr. Grizzly's house to figure out if he's actually brought the Wax Phantom to life. Which, I mean, come on, like, it's been years, I believe, so why would he do the curse all of a sudden? But they go to talk to him anyways, because they got nothing else to go off of.
Enter.
Yes, sir.
Shh. There's a cemetery nearby. You saw the Wax Phantom, eh?
Unfortunately, yes.
Then my black magic is working.
After literally getting nothing from that house except for a very creepy guy who really believes that the curse of the Wax Phantom came to life, we cut over to Fred and Daphne, who had just arrived at the Wax Museum where the Wax Phantom is waiting. And as they find the door unlocked, they go on in, and that is when the Wax Phantom locks them in, and Daphne bumps into Frankenstein's monster, who then falls over, and Fred's like, "Don't worry, it's just a wax monster. There's nothing in here that can hurt you." And then the Wax Phantom makes itself known, like, "You thought wrong. Would you like to become wax now?" The Wax Phantom decides to chase after Fred and Daphne, but meanwhile, Scooby, Shaggy, and Velma arrive at the Wax Museum but find it locked. So they decide to boost Scooby through an open window, and they end up in the monster display. Well, Shaggy and Scooby get spooked by an animatronic bat, but I'm not going to count it as part of a villain because, unlike the Balloon Phantom from the Haunted House Hang-Up that acted as its own, like, entity type of thing, it was Velma, it says that's probably part of the museum. But there was this ghost hand that, well, I'm going to count as part of the museum because they're in the monster display. So, I'm going to count it as part of the Wax Phantom's, like, magical ability type thing, similar to what I did with Dracula's bat from the Geigo Galloping Ghost.
Oh, no.
Like it's just part of the act, Velma.
Maybe, but that isn't.
Velma, Scooby, and Shaggy run away from the Wax Phantom, and they bump into Fred and Daphne. And Scooby and Shaggy hide in a coffin, but once they exit out, that is when Velma spots a strange-looking ticket on the floor of the mummy coffin. Or sarcophagus, I believe that's what it's called. Coffins of something completely different. I only know what a sarcophagus is from Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. But it's just a really fun word to say now. Sarcophagus. It sounds like a medical condition now that I think about it. I'm sorry, but I think I'm diagnosed with my sarcophagus is acting up. Sounds like a body part, actually. I mean, yeah, dude, totally does sound like a body part. Sarcophagus. I'm pretty sure that sounds like, yeah, I don't know why I keep saying it sounds like a body part. On to the clip.
Hey, what's that on the floor?
Huh?
It's some kind of an airline ticket. It is an airline ticket.
To South America.
With the clue that the ticket is for South America, Fred, Daphne, and Velma decide to split up, and with Scooby and Shaggy as they want to go explore the Wax Museum and not one to the Wax Phantom, because they stumble upon the Wax Phantom display that happens to be emptied. And while Velma, Daphne, and Fred are looking, they fall through a trapdoor. And while Scooby and Shaggy are eating wax fruit on accident, because, you know, that looks real, that is when the Wax Phantom appears.
Yes, foolish intruders.
Oh, what?
And you too shall soon become members of my Wax family.
Shaggy and Scooby do the classic, "He'll have some of this food." And the Wax Phantom takes the platter, and Scooby and Shaggy run away, and they jump through a window that turns out to be the entrance to the Topsy-Turvy room, which is a living room that is upside down. You know, lamp on the floor, couch and table up on the ceiling. And they leave that room in a hurry, and they run to the Wax Phantom, who captures them and is ready to send them into his Wax family. Will they make it out alive? Find out on the next episode of...
Like we're safe now.
I think.
Oh no!
Oh, yes!
Meanwhile, Fred, Daphne, and Velma are still trying to escape that trap room door thingy. And that's when Velma discovers a hidden compartment with a satchel or a bag full of money. Which is weird that a Wax Phantom would need money to even begin with. Then again, I mean, it's pretty obvious that he's, spoilers. He's a man in disguise. Or woman.
What'd you find?
Money, and a lot of it.
If it came from that TV station's safe, I'd say it's a valuable clue.
Velma loses her temper and stomps on the floor like a little crybaby. And that, for some strange reason, opens up the door to the, secret entrance or whatever. Because the question is, who on earth constructed that trap door area? Like, you got a secret compartment in the wall. You got a secret compartment on a secret switch on the floor. You got a trap door that opens up. Now, I don't even know how they activated that. Like, well, then again, they have a topsy-turvy room, so who knows what the architect was thinking when he designed this wax museum. But they managed to escape, and they overhear Shaggy and Scooby in trouble, and that's when they see the Wax Phantom getting ready to make some new family members.
And like, I know this sounds silly, but what are we doing in the waxworks?
You will soon become wax dummies.
Yeah, but we're already dummies, right, Scoob?
The Wax Phantom pissed them on the conveyor belt to send them up to the wax vat thing to waxify them or something. So, hey, I mean, he captured them. He basically did what the Ghost of Redbill did. But, unfortunately for this Wax Phantom, Daphne goes in to save them, and she accidentally falls out the window onto a wire that's connected to the level that reverses the conveyor belt. And it shoots Scooby and Shaggy off, and they hit the Wax Phantom. Yeah, I don't know why someone attached a wire to a conveyor belt switch that reversed it, especially since the conveyor belt switch was going upwards, well, the wire was going upwards. So, unless someone was sitting in the window and jumped down and pulled it or something, yeah, this wax museum makes absolutely no sense.
Like I was afraid he'd say that.
With Scooby and Shaggy nearly avoiding the Wax Phantom, a classic chase scene ensues. And not will anything happen, but he does showcase his strength by breaking out of the wax mold.
Will believe in playing foolish games, inventing fairy tales and building fantasies that will deceive them. I don't need to look around. I'm in heaven. Let's out now.
And Scooby and Shaggy do Looney Tunes him, which you'll see what I am talking about. after he crashes through the wall, Scooby and Shaggy meet up with Velma, Daphne, and Fred, and Fred decides to set a trap and catch him in his own wax. His own wax. And, well, after a failed attempt, they do manage to catch him in his wax and unmask him.
Bombs away!
Mr. Roger Stevens, the TV station manager.
Stevens knew of old Grisby's threat to bring the wax phantom to life.
So he used the Phantom disguise. Then Grisby would be blamed for everything,
including Stevens' disappearance.
And with Mr. Stevens unmasked, the episode ends with Scooby and Shaggy getting their own wax figures, and the gang leaves. So, on to the teal ranking of the Wax Phantom. And that was Don't Fool with the Phantom. Well, the only villain we have is Roger Stevens, aka the Wax Phantom. Now, we'll get right into it. For the design, well, I mean, he's Wax Phantom. I mean, what are you expecting? His abilities, I mean, he was moderately strong. I mean, he could break out of that molding thing and straight through a wall. And he was apparently very quick with kidnapping Johnny Sands and appearing on the stage. And so, he was fast and strong. His motive, he wanted to rob the KMN Stadium, blame it on Mr. Grizzly, and flee to South America. And the events, well, I mean, he almost did capture Scooby and Shaggy and almost turn them into wax. And he wasn't able to really turn them, like, with, the Mummy of Akna. We never actually saw him use the, mold to turn Scooby into statue. So, both the Wax Phantom, we literally saw him. He just put them on a conveyor belt. But with the other way, he does remind me a lot about, the Mummy of Akna. So, literally, I mean, right down to the simple name design. And the fact is that they could both turn people into, like, wax and, you know, stone. And they were both very, like, strong and fast. So, I would be giving the Wax Phantom 4 stars right behind the, well, Mummy of Akna. And right ahead of the Ghost of Elias Kingston. And that does it for Scooby-Doo Well Are You. Now, I am currently reorganizing them, so instead of pinning them by series like that, I'm just categorizing them by dates. So I'm currently in the middle of doing that. So after Don't Fool with the Phantom, we have the next Scooby project is the Ghastly Ghost Town, which we'll be delving deeper into, because I want to say that the Ghastly Ghost Town was that starting like the 45-minute ones? Yeah, it's the first episode of the new Scooby-Doo movies, where they usually have a guest star or guest stars, so we'll be delving more into that when that Scooby count airs. So I actually like this format a lot better, because I want to try to pin this on YouTube, because Patreon doesn't really get anything. So this way I can actually talk to them and not have to worry about like, speeding up or slowing down the stuff if I want to like ramble on like I'm doing right now. But yeah, so this is Scooby Count Project 25, Don't Fool with the Phantom. I'm Shadow Ravencroft from Moon Entertainment, and you're watching a YouTube channel.